But anyway, so yeah, it was 81 degrees, which to you is 27
Okay.
apparently. And then
Apparently.
for the according to Google, I don't know, it could be wrong. How would you know? Do you trust Google that much? Do you trust Google with your temperature? Do you? Maybe you shouldn't.
What? Well, the tariffs. If we could jump in straight into that, the tariffs have delayed the Switch 2 pre-orders in America. How do you feel about
Well, being American and all, it
that?
sucks.
What?
Yeah, I know. Shocker here that out of the two of us, one of us is American, and it's me. Who would have thought?
No.
Yeah. Uh, so it's disappointing. It's very disappointing because the moment the Switch 2, I'm sorry, my bad. Don't come for me. Switch 2,
Nintendo ninjas knocking on the door.
the moment that dropped, all I was interested in was I'm going to pre-order this. And then of course, later that day the price dropped and everybody's jaw dropped and so did a pit in our stomach and wallet because we were like, "Oh, that's not the price of a Nintendo system. That's the price of a Sony system or a Microsoft system or a whatever the hell else anybody's making these days system." And that it was upsetting, but nonetheless, I was still going to buy it. I was going to pre-order it the moment it was available, just to be smacked down with the news that hey, that thing you want? Yeah, you can't get that yet. So lovely experience for me. As for you, how's that going for you? Because from what I've heard, pre-orders are live over there, right?
They are indeed. However, I am a broke university student, so I have not engaged with the pre-orders at all. My bank
Well,
account hit positive for the first time this week in several months. Rent is due in a couple weeks. It is about to hit the negative again very quickly. I may see the Switch 2 one day. Just like I may see the PS5 one day.
I've heard there's videos on YouTube, so maybe you just have to check it out. But
Maybe.
talking about the ability for you to buy it, it is selling out. The pre-orders are selling out left and right. Like people are they're having to restock pre-orders. So that's been
Which I did
interesting.
expect.
Yeah,
Despite the price, it's the Switch 2.
yeah.
They could charge you your fucking kidney and people would still buy this thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you need it for, right? And you're
I
not gonna
know.
play Mario on it. That's for sure. So, what good is it if you can't play Mario on your kidney? Why do you need it?
You know what? You're right. You're right.
It's letting us down. If you had a kidney online subscription that you could pay for, that maybe would give you some DLC or bonus games, possibly like the GameCube. If you could play the GameCube on your kidney, would it be worth it then with a subscription price that you'd have to pay? Sure, but it doesn't. So just get rid of it. Get your Switch too. Get your hands doing something. That's what really matters.
Hey, yo. Speaking of hands-on, the Switch 2 hands-on event, well, one of the New York ones was last week. Was it last week? It's only Wednesday. Last week. It was at the weekend.
I'm tired.
We saw some stuff go down. We saw the mouse mode in action. Disclaimer: neither of us showed up because we weren't invited.
Yeah,
Nor did we win the lottery thing. But we've seen videos.
I'm not a gambler, so Nintendo couldn't get me in there with that.
Speak for yourself. Why do you think I'm so broke?
Fair.
We saw the mouse mode in action, and it actually looks pretty good. It seems that there's no options for turning on mouse mode. You just do it. You just put the thing down, and it it understands, and then you pick it back up again, and
Yeah, but
it
with
understands.
very quickly. No, everybody was
Yeah,
bragging
it
about
looks
how
pretty snappy.
instant it was. So that's really good. I'm
It
proud of
looks
Nintendo
good.
for that.
Realistically, not that difficult to achieve, so I don't know why I'm so surprised. But it's just an optical sensor with a raycast, and if it's further than a little bit, turn it off. Like, that's it. But
Well, okay, you say you don't know why you're so, but think about all the other Nintendo gimmicks that we've gotten in the past.
you are right. You are right.
How functional were those?
Very true. Very true. We saw the
So
magnets in action. The new
yes,
magnetic metal buttons that keep the Joy-Con in.
very very impressive from what I've seen. I will say still to me one of the biggest shocks was that they made the buttons metal on the Joy-Con 2. Is how would you say, is it
Joy-Con
Joy-Con
2.
2s or would you say
That's how they
Joy-Con
said it. I'm still just gonna say Joy-Cons. I'm not gonna lie. I don't
Hey,
care.
you can't put your Joy-Con on a Switch 2, sir. It's not. That's not how that works. It's not
Watch
that
me.
backwards compatible. Okay. If you haven't noticed, the main thing about their backwards compatibility is not going to be the hardware. It's going to be the software. Well, I guess unless you want to look into the fact that if you want to be able to physically own a game that is actually you know on the game, you're going to have to put a Switch 1 cartridge in your Switch 2 because the
You're
majority of the
segueing
Switch.
too early. We haven't
No, no,
finished this
no.
point yet.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're not segueing anything. It's a mashup, man. It's Monster Mash out here. It is Nintendo Switch season, and I've got a fever. Okay, so we're gonna spread this around to everybody in no kind of order whatsoever. All right, we're gonna deal with it. So the
You
the problem
Americans.
is that the Switch 2 cards are essentially download keys, which I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but
No.
it's basically what all
Do
cards
you
are.
read the doc? That's
Did
not
I
what it
not?
says.
Does that not say what it is? Some Switch
Some.
2
There's like a
cards.
couple. It's not
So,
most of them.
do you think that they're going to use this technology sparingly?
Yes,
I don't.
actually.
No. No.
Nintendo is incredible with compression and optimization onto cartridges. They've been doing it for decades. They are genuinely, that is one thing Nintendo is really, really good at.
Why are
This
they
is for
stopping?
third party ports that can't fit. We've already seen even some of the third party. Cyberpunk is on the cartridge.
Yeah, but I mean, who's honestly expecting that to work?
It
Uh,
looked okay. It didn't look
it,
as good as Metroid, which because it was first party. But for Cyberpunk on a handheld, it looks all right.
what? I'll give it to Nintendo for like choosing one of the safest options in the world. Like, hey, we're gonna put Cyberpunk on the Switch 2. I promise you, when it launches, it won't be as bad as where it was everywhere else. That's a
It's
huge
still
win for
impressive.
them. That is a huge win for them because they'll be like, "Hey, do you remember when Cyberpunk launched on the PS5? How'd that go? Do you remember when it launched on the Switch too? We remember." So it's
Okay,
it's
but
a
yeah, it is
good deal.
concerning that this happens at all, but it is not the majority of cases.
Yes, but
The
if
vast
you look at video
majority of games
games,
are still going to be on the cartridge.
if you look at video games nowadays, it doesn't matter. Like all of these game cases I have that say PS5 on them are basically useless. All they are is the ability for me to play the game. Not that I have the game there, just that I have the ability to do it. Because every time you put a game in, it's got to install something that's way too large to make any sense. And then the moment you do that, it needs to update. So,
Sony is notoriously pretty bad at day one updates being a bit big. Um, Nintendo, though, I think first party is going to be pretty good. I honestly do not expect a first party Nintendo game to be using this, at least
no,
anytime soon.
none. Really? You think
I don't
that?
think so. Genuinely,
That's
Nintendo is genuinely really good at compression. It's one thing that they have excelled at for decades.
maybe, but also you gotta think Nintendo is also starting to show, a little bit of they're more interested in the money. So if they can cut costs by doing it that way, maybe they do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I think it's gonna happen. Well, one of my problems with everybody complaining about the Switch 2 launching and being $450 or it being $499. I don't care. I do not care. I would pay $600 for the Switch. No lie. I would. Because I paid $600 for my PS5. And I guarantee you, within a year of owning my Switch 2, I will have played it more than I played my PS5. So I have no problem with that. My problem is the games. You're raising price. If if I can buy either a whole console or 5 or 6 games and it be the same price, we have a problem. Because if you want to buy, like, say for example, the people saying that the console is an issue, well, if you buy the console on release date and you buy the titles that release on that day as well, you're spending over $1,000, and that's shocking. Honestly, like I don't want to drop $1,000 so I can have a new Switch 2 and possibly 6 games. That's I don't see how that's gonna work really, but it's just another way that companies are kind of cutting out who can play what, and where it will help them in the short run of them making money because they're going to be making the sales of everyone that sells. Uh, Mario Kart, one of their biggest sellers, they'll get their money out of that. They'll get so much money out of that because you look at how much the Mario Kart game sold for the for the Switch, which was actually not even a new game, but now you have a brand new game, whole new concepts and everything that we're gonna love, and you're charging is it 80 or is it $90? Which one is it? Because I've seen it both. Some are saying
It's 80,
79, some are saying 89. So 79.
79.
Okay, so then all right, you put that into perspective with sales tax being roughly 10% in most places. For me in my area it's 10%. So out of $79, that would be $7.90. So you're looking at $8 or you're looking at almost $8 on top of the 70. So it's $90. And like by the time you own it, it is $90. And that's
That is a violently American concept. For the rest of us, uh, $80, well, £80, €80, whatever, doesn't seem to be the standard. It seems that Nintendo are picking and choosing specific games to list at that. Most games seem to be staying at 70, which game prices have to go up eventually.
do they though?
Yeah, no one's happy about it, but I understand.
Well,
It
I
seems
see
70 is the baseline. Certain games go up to 80, and certain games go lower.
I see all of the people that are like, "Oh, well, games back in the '90s, they sold for $80." Blah blah blah. It's like, dude, and it wasn't good then. It's not good now. Why are you bringing that up like it's a defense for you? Like it doesn't. Did you pay the $80 for it? Were you happy about it? Good for you. Move on. I don't have that money.
No one's
Uh,
happy about it,
no,
but
what you want from me? But
it
it's
it
like
it has
it's a
to happen.
defense mechanism. It's like, oh, your game costs $80. Well, back in my day, get out of here. No, go back to your
Fair
day
enough.
then. Try it out. Tell me how it works. When you do
So
make that time
Mario
machine,
Kart
though, share.
does seem to be 80.
Okay.
The Switch 2 the Switch 2 versions of games seem to be either 70 or 80 depending on the game.
Right.
And the expansion, like if you already own the game and you buy the upgrade, so they are now $10 or $20 depending on the game. It depends on if it actually adds new content, like the Kirby one, which is 80 or 20
Yeah.
if you already own it.
Adding in the mega evolutions.
Yes. Uh, or if it's just like better resolution, better frames, then it's 70 or the $10 upgrade. However, the $10 upgrades will be available to NSO subscribers. I hesitate to say for free because
Yeah,
it
no,
is part of the
it is.
subscription,
Yeah.
but for no additional cost. So for everyone who is already paying for NSO and is already going to buy or already owns Tears of
Yeah.
the Kingdom
Yeah.
or Breath of the Wild, you
If you've
get the
paid
upgrade.
NSO, if you've paid that for a year already, say for example, you just paid it for a year. Well, now technically for the next year, you get those for free because you paid that before they ever offered these. So if you want to look at it
Kind
that
of.
way, then technically free upgrades, which is, needed with a game console that is as old as it is and a online service that is shockingly just not very much online. I don't really know how, like, we skipped. I don't know what Nintendo's idea was, but we skipped the ability for them to have a functioning, basically anything, to trying to make their own Discord, like all in one swing. So I don't know who's in charge there
Yeah.
with those decisions, but you swung a little too far, and maybe we need to reel it in a little bit and talk about fixing the eShop. Talk about fixing the ability for people to actually use your internet. I've still never gotten an Ethernet cable to work with my OLED dock. Still, to this day, never gotten it to work. It just doesn't.
To be fair, your internet is from the backwax.
I don't even know what that means. But
I do want
anyways.
to talk about NSO a bit though, because
Oh, yes.
our good buddy Scootish, made an excellent point about NSO. The chat feature, which now has its own dedicated button, will be behind a paywall after March. There's now a button on the console that only works if you have the subscription.
Yes, that is
Has
a
this
very
ever
interesting
happened
thing.
before? I cannot think of a home console, and I could be wrong, because as we know, I haven't been around for all of them. But I cannot think of a home console that had a button on it that only worked if you paid extra.
I mean, I have tons of controllers, and I can't think of any of them that have a button I can't use if I don't pay an online service. So that
What
is
does it do
very
if you
interesting.
don't? Does it open a window asking you to buy it? Is that not a bit predatory to the children using it?
Well, I wonder if maybe you could program it to another
Not
use.
a chance. Not a chance.
I would love that though.
They did add
Like,
that to the Pro Controller, to be fair, but that's not
yeah.
happening with the C button. Not a chance.
I I also am a little bit like you say that it's locked behind a price wall. It's also locked to online because if you're offline and you hit that button, what's it going to do?
True. I don't
So
think that's
it's
as bad
well, yes,
because
but
the
at the
feature
same
is an
time,
online feature.
you have to have internet, which is a paid service. So you have to have a paid
True.
service in order to be able to use a paid service that makes your button now functional. You have to have two paid
True.
services in order to press that button. Is what
You would
Nintendo is
only
letting you
want
know.
to use the button if you're online, though.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to pay for online, and then you have to pay for Nintendo's online in order to be able to press that button.
Yeah. It's
So
just all around not a great. I
no,
don't
it's
like it.
absolutely
It rubs
it's
me the wrong way.
absolutely wild that they did that. And I mean, they are offering it for free until
For a
next
bit.
March.
How long are we gonna have the Switch 2? How long did we have the Switch 1? 8 years?
Yeah.
8.5
So,
years? Something like that?
well, I mean, you factor in, if you look at that, you get an eighth of its life free.
Not even. If it's going out in March and it doesn't come out till June, that's like 9 months.
You get a baby.
That's not
A
even.
baby. It's a
You get a
baby
baby out of it.
term. Yeah. It's a Nintendo baby though. That's worth something to someone. Not me, but to someone. It's worth something.
So you're the one that's buying all of the Luigi games on the eShop.
Shh. Shh.
About
tell
NSO
everybody.
though, with the chat feature, we saw the camera in action on the weekend with the
Mm-hmm.
hands-on event. It doesn't
Yeah.
look good. It looks pretty
Naturally.
shaky. And
I don't think
I don't
anybody
even
really
just mean
expected it.
quality. I mean, like the games you're playing with it. There's the whole new Mario Party mode and stuff. It
Yeah,
just
and
like doesn't work.
you have to move a lot as well, and the sensor's not really picking up anything.
We've
Um,
just
it,
brought back the Kinect or the iToy, and it works just as
I
well as it did
okay,
then.
okay. I disagree with your Kinect slander. All right, I think the Kinect was a fascinating piece of technology that worked very well in its Xbox 360 day, given that that was 20 years ago.
I don't want to give it the credit just because it's old.
Well,
It didn't
no,
work.
but no, it did work. I never had any problems out of my Kinect. That always worked. Now, I only ever
I've
played the
seen plenty
one
of stuff go
game,
wrong.
but
Well then, have you seen that Star Wars dancing game thing?
okay,
That whole meme with the Han Solo thing?
first
That
of
was
all,
awful.
it's not Fortnite, so maybe not have Han Solo dancing, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, back to the Switch before we argue about the Xbox.
Oh, I'll argue. I'll
Um,
argue all day.
I know you will, which is why I'm segueing back. The
Good job.
pre-orders that we were talking about, they are prioritizing people who actually played the Switch One, seemingly.
Yes. And not only that, but they are prioritizing people that have an active Nintendo Switch Online,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
interesting. You know, if you want to be able to press that button, you gotta not only subscribe, but have been subscribed for 2 years.
Yeah, it's
It's
interesting.
it's an interesting way for them to combat against scalpers. It really is. Um,
Questionable.
but another way to do it though is if you come into the store and you buy the console and you don't buy a game, you should be told no. Like
That's
just
ridiculous considering
simple.
it's backwards compatible.
No.
You already have game.
For the launch, just for the launch. Give it, just a little bit of time. But if somebody comes in and they're like, "Yeah, I want that Switch 2 console," especially if they ask for more than one, and there's only one person there, we've got something going on here. Okay, and also look at the
The
person.
more
Do
than
they
one
look
thing,
like they
fair enough.
play a Nintendo Switch 2? Do
Okay,
they look like they're
now
gonna
it's just
play it?
prejudice. Moving on. Never put this man in a position of power. The battery life is not great.
Nintendo chose a wacky way to do it, and why can't I choose a wacky way to do it? Anyways, yeah, the battery
We're not
power.
getting into that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints about the battery, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. 2 hours. Look,
Honestly, I'm not too upset about it either.
yeah, 2 to 6.5 hours depending on the game. Okay, 2 hours. If I'm playing my Switch in handheld mode, I'm probably laid down trying to go to sleep. In which case, if my Switch is like, "Hey, go to sleep," because I'm about to, then I'm okay with that. And it's perfectly fine because it's encouraging me that I should go to sleep. Whereas if it stays powered on for the next 15 hours, well, then I skip sleep today. So that's fine. But not only that, people are complaining about the battery life. When are you ever not near a charger? Especially if you are in that bracket of people that can now afford the new Switch 2, when are you not going to be near something to charge it? You have tons of mobile chargers power banks and everything that you can take with you. There are car chargers if you're in a vehicle. There are home chargers if you're at home. Where are you going? Are you walking out into the woods for the next 8 to 10 hours and you've brought nothing with you but a Switch 2? And now it's a problem? Like I don't get it. 2 to
The
six and
way
a half
I see
hours is
it,
perfectly fine.
6.5 hours is plenty to be going out. You're not playing it the whole time, are you?
Yeah.
And 2 hours, if you are playing the sort of game that is going to drain the battery in 2 hours, that's the sort of game you're going to play docked anyway.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to play Metroid at full resolution at frames on this little. You're plugging it up to the TV, you know? That's
yeah.
not.
My Switch is in one of two places. It is either in the dock or it is next to the bed. That's it. It's that's the two
And it
places
probably
it's
is
gonna
for a
be.
lot of people.
So if I don't know, maybe stop complaining about the battery situation and figure out your charging situation. Okay, are you using the same charger for your phone as you are your headphones and your I don't want to go into a long list of electronical things that may be near your bed that need charging, but are you using the same charger for all of them? Maybe Nintendo is giving you the ability to, freshen up your life a little bit. Buy another charger. Could do great things. So, let's
Plus,
keep that in
everyone's been
mind.
complaining for years that the Switch isn't powerful enough. And everyone's been
Right.
comparing it to these handhelds that are more powerful and can run all these games. Have you seen the battery life on those?
Exactly. You have 45 minutes. You're going to get 45 minutes playing one game. Not only that,
Six
but
and a
it's going
half
to get
hours is
hot
pretty
enough.
good.
It's going to get hot enough that you're going to need oven mitts. So I feel like the Switch is
I don't mind.
doing fine here. And it's just getting a lot of hate. Basically, everybody saw the price and was just like, you know what? I hate everything about this. And it happens, and it's fine. But still, it's I believe Nintendo has launched it at a respectable area, especially given if you have your Switch from launch, you've played that one system for 7 years and you paid how much for it? Tell me you didn't get a bargain. I mean,
Nobody
just
played the launch Switch to now.
well,
Do those things
I
exist?
mean,
They've deteriorated. The batteries have exploded.
this is one.
That's a launch Switch.
Yeah, it's got the ugly little. It's every bit of terrible battery life, optimization, just not great.
And
Like
how often do you use it?
it works just fine in the dock.
That's what I thought.
I'm just saying. There's no difference.
Finally,
There's no difference between
Switch
that
2
and my
news.
OLED.
Sure. Finally, for Switch 2 news, this is what I'm most excited about. I actually didn't know this until I saw Stan put it in the dock.
You're welcome. Yep. The carts
They have
are
confirmed
confirmed.
the
I was gonna
carts
let you
will
finish
taste bad. Yeah.
They will apparently still have a rancid taste to help persuade children and adults with financial problems from eating them.
If I'm gonna buy an 80-pound game, I need the mouthfeel to be.
I mean, you're not
impeccable.
wrong. My problem is though, maybe Nintendo could have leaned into this a little bit, and maybe we could have got something a little bit more spicy because they're red now. It's not confirmed what they taste like, but I'm hoping for a little bit of a little bit of chili, maybe a bit
I
spicy
want a
pepper.
Russian roulette type thing where 1 in every 100 carts tastes like candy floss and makes the kid eat it.
That no, don't editor, take that out. Just
I
cut
am the editor.
that part right there. You're gonna start I don't know if you had this over there, but we had this thing called the Tide Pod epidemic. Let's not go spreading misinformation.
New Tide Pod. I'm leaving it
No, no
Moving
more
on.
Tide. Yeah. Interesting choice there. Okay, is that it? Is that it for the Switch? Are we done with the Switch 2?
I think so.
Okay, what's this Super Mario Sprinters? What is this?
Okay. This was a brand new 3D Mario platforming April Fool's joke that really looks. It's an April Fool's joke. Someone made a Mario trailer for a 3D Mario platformer that actually looks somewhat professional until you get to the end. At the very beginning, when they flash up on screen, the little game visuals may not be recorded.
Yeah.
Or not actual gameplay footage. That thing just says not real. And not a real game. And then at the end, they start getting a bit more memey with it.
Okay, a little bit of a rant on it. Not much. I won't stay here long with this. April Fool's jokes in any kind of official business and or whatever need to just stop.
This wasn't official. This is just some dude.
Well, no, I mean to be broadcasted in any way of any type or whatever. Like, I'm not saying there should be like a legal action against it. Now, for news, if there's any news agency or anything doing an April Fool's joke, stop. What's wrong with you? Move on. Grow up.
Fair enough.
Now, if we're in person and I see you, or if I want to text you and say something April Fool's, first of all, let's stop hurting people's emotions. All right? Let's maybe not torture somebody with something wild. Okay, let's do something.
Have you had a bad experience with it?
No, there's look, Twitter is a terrible place. And yes, I still call it that. Get over it. And there are tons of stories of people pulling April Fool's jokes that are just way too extravagant and hurtful. But then news sources and stuff leaning into it, talking about some, oh, well, April Fools. Like, that's not funny. Let's move on. But if you're in person, if you know someone and you're like, hey man, your shoes untied, April Fools. I know that's a bit mundane, but I'm just an example. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. You're not causing nationwide panic possibly because of something, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, people probably lost their mind thinking about this Super Mario Sprinters. Like, oh my god, I want this, and then the moment it was like no, they were like, why?
I think it was pretty obvious that it was.
And then they got mad at Nintendo. Or like, how come Nintendo won't make this game? It's because their battery life isn't long enough. It's because they charge $80 for it. Like, it just all compiles.
Fair, I have seen a lot of weird slander of people getting upset that clearly the Odyssey team made a Donkey Kong game instead of a new 3D Mario.
Yeah,
it might not even be instead of. We don't know yet.
Not only that, but like, what did you like about Mario Odyssey? Did you like the fact that you were Mario, or did you enjoy the game? What does it matter?
I don't get it.
If it was Luigi Odyssey, would you be like, oh, well, he's wearing a green hat? I don't like it. I naturally assume the people complaining about this are probably Southern. Like, that's not my Mario. Like, get out of here, man. Just, no. I don't have time for this.
Well, moving on. We have the Sega Terror deck, which is another April Fool's Day joke. I was going to introduce this as just a thing and then say April Fool's at the end, but now I fear you may get upset. So
it's 8 days past, man. Let it go. Save it for next year.
Busy last week, man.
I was busy this week too. Look, it's all busy, okay? Everything is always busy all the time. That's why April Fool's jokes, we don't have time for them.
The Sega Terror deck, I don't believe was an official Sega thing either. I think that it was on the Sega forum. Someone posted about it. Basically, they said Sega is partnering with Steam, not Valve. They said Steam, to make what is essentially just a Steam Deck, but it's like a successor to the Dreamcast. It's very obviously not true, but it was quite funny. They said they were going to make a Sega OS, which was just Steam OS, but it said Sega when you booted it up instead. It looked exactly like a Steam Deck, except it was the Dreamcast colors. Good stuff, good stuff.
This just in, Lamborghini has partnered with MySpace to make a gaming handheld. It's going to be so fast you'll forget about it in 20 years.
There was actually one official April Fool's Day joke that I think very, very well pertains to this podcast, and I thought it was funny. Sega made a cute little tweet saying they changed Tails' name. I don't know if you know, but Tails' official name is Miles per hour. It's a play on the phrase miles per hour, in case you couldn't get that.
I think you would be the one that would struggle with that. Sorry, sir. We use
no, but that's the point.
Increments.
They made a tweet saying that they are officially changing Tails' name to kilometers per hour.
Oh, God. No, not my tail. You've turned me into one of them. That's not my tails.
Obviously, a little April Fool's Day goof, but I thought it was funny. Right.
Fun in the moment, but now we must move on.
So more April. No. Speaking of Sega, though,
Yes.
they've started releasing a little animated short series called Chow Tales. Have you seen it?
Is that like Sega's version of VeggieTales?
We're gonna
You don't
move
know what
past
that
the
is, do
fact that
you?
you fully just said virgin. I do
I
know what
did.
Veggie Tales is.
I may. Maybe it's because VeggieTales just wanted me to say that.
Larry the Cucumber is not a virgin. That guy,
Mary.
he's been up many hours. Anyway, Chow Tales is a little animated short vertical series. It's posted on YouTube, Shorts, TikTok, and the like. Just about the Chow Garden and things from the Sonic Adventure games. Little stories. The first episode released,
Okay.
and it was just a little short of Sonic trying to get a Chow egg to hatch, and it eventually hatches with help from one of the Shadow Chows. And it's a little cute, fun time. There's nothing to it, really. It's just a little short. But it's cool that they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
I-
I mean,
Exactly.
give us something.
It's the first Chow Garden content we've had in a while.
Yeah.
For all those Chow Garden fans out there, I know they exist.
They're somewhere.
They exist. People love that stuff, man.
Yeah. They sure do. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna let you think about that. You go
Well, you're
ahead.
busy
You go
thinking
ahead and
about
think
that.
about it.
We're gonna talk about the Minecraft movie.
Are we?
How do you
We
feel
have
about
to?
the Minecraft movie? Well, it's kind
It
of.
exists. I mean,
Neither of us have actually seen it yet. I plan on to go and see it at some point, just for the goof.
So you have to remember, between the two of us, one of us plays Minecraft, and the other one doesn't. The
True,
other one
I
has
play
a
Minecraft.
kid
I'm not
that
ashamed of
plays
it.
Minecraft.
Well, you shouldn't be such an old fart then, should you? Me, being down with the kids, know about
That's-
Minecraft.
Is that really something you want out there? Is that
I'm
really
sticking with
something
it.
you want? No. All
I
right.
was a Minecraft streamer at some point. One of the few
Yeah.
that didn't turn out to be a pedophile.
You
The
heard it
Minecraft
here
movie,
first.
though.
Aidan's down with the kids, and let me just say,
fellow children.
not involved there. That's
You're
Carry
intertwined
on.
with my brand now, Sonny Jim. You can't escape this. The Minecraft movie breaks the box office. It made, I forget the exact number, but it was like what took the Sonic 3
million, I think.
something like that. I saw that it was the amount that Sonic 3 made in 3 months on opening weekend.
Please don't let this become one of the top grossing movies ever. Please, come on, let's have some self-restraint here, everyone.
Have some decorum,
And
people.
let's wait till it comes out on we may still have DVDs by then. Let's wait till it comes out on that. Or
I have heard
let's wait till it
two
comes out
different
on
opinions.
Nintendo Switch 2
Oh,
cartridges that are actually just keys
like the PS Vita.
that you can only use if you have NSO.
Of course.
That you launch with a button on a controller. Okay, let's wait for that. Then we can watch it.
2 opinions about the Minecraft movie.
Okay.
Everyone I've spoken to has had one of these 2 opinions. The first opinion is not that bad. The second opinion is this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I walked out halfway through. Don't waste your time.
Out
And
of
the fact that
curiosity, how many people have you spoken to about this?
4 or 5.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering if you had 2 people's opinions.
Yeah,
that were
I've
2
spoken
different
to 2
opinions, and you were
people.
gonna say that was the 2 opinions you heard. If so, honestly, perfect setup for a good joke to do. But
Journalism
it's
at its
okay.
finest. Now, out of the 4 or 5 people I've spoken to, they have all had one of those 2 opinions. And if the best case scenario is not that bad, what are we doing?
And see, that's what's wrong with the movies. We don't talk much about movies here, but it's a gaming movie. But that's
It
something
felt
that's
like
wrong.
it pertained.
with the movie industry is that movie is going to make a lot of money, and they're going to give it a sequel for who knows what reason, and it
Another
doesn't deserve
Minecraft
it.
movie.
Doesn't deserve it.
I
But then
will admit, we are
masterpieces,
not
we
the
just
target audience. But still.
cut Coco Melon on for your kid and just carry on. Like don't take them to see Minecraft to help it break records. Don't do that. Don't do that to us. Okay. As a society,
Just
let's do
show them
better.
the Veggie Tales.
Yeah. Kind of wish they would have put tariffs on the Minecraft movie. Maybe that would have delayed it.
Now is time for my favorite part of the episode, which has apparently become a weekly segment. I'm gonna say that, despite it only being week 2.
See?
Silksong
See?
news. What is what is new with Silksong? Woo! All 3 of us going crazy. Silksong is reportedly also coming to the Switch 1. That is all. Thank you for listening to
And I mean, technically, it already has. So, yeah, it's breaking news. Breaking news: Hollow Knight with the new skin is going to be on the Switch One.
Whoa. I will
Well,
not let this slide.
it would not let what slide. What's the difference? What's the difference again? Please tell me. Please enlighten me on all of the information you know about this second game that's coming out that makes it not the first game.
It's a different map. The player character controls completely differently. There's new charms. Fuck you. I'm excited. He's supposed to be happy for me.
Okay, my bad. Look.
Moving on. Whatever.
Happy for you. Silk Song,
Moving
everyone.
on.
Check coming to a theater near you.
I said moving on.
I'm aware of what you said. I know what I said too.
I'm gonna walk out.
You know what? If you want to fight me like this, why don't we do it in the new season of Rivals? Huh? Why don't we do that? 5v5 me, bro. Or wait, is it a 6v6? I've forgotten.
Rivals is 6v6.
Oh. Hey, find you 5 people, you know. Maybe they didn't like, or maybe they really didn't like the Minecraft movie. Find them. Tell them to meet me. we will throw down.
Can't wait.
Get a new map as well, so we'll throw down at that new map. Hopefully it's not a Minecraft themed map, or they might walk out. So, to talk about the new things is apparently on Friday, April 11th at midnight. We're not going to talk time zones here because honestly, it's
UTC, the same time zone that every game uses for updates.
Well, if ITC, what do you do? Yeah, okay. So, it releases at that time for whoever you are. We're gonna get some new things in, you know, as new seasons do. That's like a big deal. I have no energy to talk about this game because I don't play it anymore. Like I'm excited. Apparently we're getting Emma Frost and Ultron. Ultron. Okay, thank you. I've already got Emma Frost in Fortnite. I don't need her in. You know, it's cool. Thank you, Marvel Rivals. Thank you for giving us that. But Ultron, that is cool enough for me to know about.
So Ultron's gonna be the mid-season thing, like the Thing and Johnny Storm.
So he's not even
season.
out yet.
No, so he's not coming out yet.
Give me a DM when he comes out. I'll load it up, maybe. I don't know.
No, because you'll respond in 4 days.
I'll
send you a DM 4 days before.
Yeah, do that. Do like a reminder.
Right. So essentially, after the intense battle that was the Dracula fight, I didn't see the end of because I stopped playing. Emma Frost has prepared a lavish celebration, inviting the cast of the game to Krakoa, the mutant paradise, for the annual Hellfire Gala. And who rocks up but our main man Ultron to try and steal some shit? So, and I have written this verbatim in the doc. You have to scrap the geezer and win the season.
Yeah, that's
There's a new map,
That's
and they're changing
he's
a
not.
load of stuff about team ups, and they're balancing the characters.
Yeah, of course. Are they gonna make Hulk not suck? Because
Let's
they
find
did Hulk
out.
dirty. Oh, you're gonna Google it? Oh wait. Oh,
I
there's
have the
wait.
list. I have
Oh,
the
these
list.
are these links? Why are they? Oh, they are links.
I know
Look
what I'm
at
doing.
you. You're a professional, aren't you? What am I even doing here?
Hulk. Increased base movement speed from 600 to 650. Reduced cooldown
Okay.
time for indestructible guard from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Decrease
Okay.
minimum charge time for incredible leap from 0.7 seconds to 0.5 seconds. So he's a bit quicker.
He's a bit quicker, and his indestructible guard is a bit longer. Um,
No, the cooldown time is shorter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The cooldown time, so he can be it quicker from the last time that he was it.
Oh, okay, sure.
That what? That's how the numbers work. Okay. Anyways, I'm the one that's been up all day and night. Apparently, this guy is all bright eye and bushy tail and still can't. Is that a saying y'all use? You say bright eye and bushy tail?
I'm
I don't even know why
English,
we
not
say it.
Martian.
Are you sure? Have you
Okay,
confirmed
so
this? Anyways, so
let me ask my dad
yeah,
real quick.
that's interesting. You should probably text him. See what he's up to.
I
That's for
texted him
everyone.
yesterday.
Everyone, text your dad. See what he's up to. When he's like, "Whoa, hey," you're welcome.
Exactly. Moon Knight is the one I am confused about. They seem to have buffed him. He was already pretty OP.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like there's not a game that goes by that doesn't have a Moon Knight in it. More than likely, it has two of them. So that's very interesting.
They've increased his Crescent Dart projectile, which is his main one, his main fire. It's now quicker, 120 meters per second to 150 meters per second. I don't know what that is in football stadiums per bald eagle. You'll have to figure it out. The Moonblade's new effect is you gain 25 bonus health with each enemy hit up to a max of 100. 3 seconds after the bonus health stops increasing, it will start to fall off. So there's a bit of extra health, and it's not permanent though. It's just a little bit of shield essentially. Speed up the Moonlight hook. So his grapple thing, if you've just been hit, it's way quicker to send it out. And it extends the durability of his ult. I think they nerfed because they buffed his ult, and it was insane. And then I think they nerfed it again, and now they're buffing it slightly. I still don't know what the casting time is. Before, the biggest issue with it was that if he cast the ult and then you killed him before his voice line went off, it still spawned the ult, which isn't how it works with any other character. Every other character casts the ult after the voice line. Moon Knight doesn't, so you can kill him so that it's a silent ult and it still kills everyone. But this one, it's a bit longer. They've slowed it down slightly, but they've added more of the projectiles to it, so it's a bit it does more damage in the long run, but you have more chance to escape from it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we will 100% check that out. As we've talked about it now, we will go in, we will play with this character, and we will find out as a matter of fact, we're going to go through this entire list that I'm looking at here, and we're going to see what the differences are.
I'm probably going to play some games when I imagine our good pal Jacob will get back into it.
There's been a lot of games that have come out that he's been pretty busy with, so maybe he does. True. But
the team ups, they've completely changed. They're changing all the team ups. They're all changing.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
So the Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch team up is a new team up, I believe. The Anchor is
Yeah.
Doctor Strange and gains health. Scarlet Witch gains a new ability, standard stuff. Captain America and the Winter Soldier are getting a team up. Captain America gains health as the Anchor, and Winter Soldier gets a new ability as the secondary, standard stuff. Mental Projection is an Emma Frost and Psylocke or Magneto team up, obviously new because it's Emma Frost. The
Right.
team up Anchor again gets a bit of extra health. Emma Frost. And Magneto gets a magnetic resonance ability, a new ability. Psylocke receives a new ability. Standard stuff. And here we come to the adjusted ones. This is the interesting bit. So Rocket was an anchor for a team up where the Winter Soldier and the Punisher got infinite ammo when he used his little beacon thingy.
Yeah.
They're removing that from the Winter Soldier, I believe.
Well, that's interesting.
So the Winter Soldier no longer has a way of getting infinite ammo, which is good because the Winter Soldier was getting a little bit correct.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he should.
Fair. I will say, I really enjoy. The reason I don't play this game often is not because I don't like the game, it's because I don't play this genre of game very often. But I really enjoy Rival's take on the fact that balancing is just making everybody OP. Because when everyone's OP, nobody's OP. I enjoy that. So the Luna Snow Namor team up that gets banned in every competitive match is changing. They're now adding. Okay, so it doesn't say here. Oh, it's a few down. Okay, I saw this though. They're changing it so instead of teaming up with Luna Snow, Namor can now team up with the Hulk and get a gamma charged turret, which
Yeah.
means the
So
Hulk is going to
basically,
go back to being banned in competitive all the time.
it got switched around from the Hulk and
Luna
Iron
Snow,
Man.
yeah. Oh yeah, the
Well,
Iron Man and
yeah.
Captain America one is, I believe, gone.
Well, wasn't there a Hulk and Iron Man? I mean, yeah, Hulk and Iron Man. Wasn't that a thing?
Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America was the
Oh, all
team up.
three of them. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
now,
There's
see,
a
I
few
haven't
of those.
played really since Captain America came
Fair.
to the fray. So,
You mean the launch of the game?
was that when Captain America was in? No.
Yeah.
Wait, was he?
He wasn't in the beta, I don't think, but he was in the
So let
launch.
everyone know really quickly. It's just a little bit of a, a little bit of a nugget of information. I did play hours and hours of this game in the beta, to the point where I got pretty much used to playing it every day, and then they took it away from me, and I was like, "Well, the hell with this game." So when it launched, I had no interest in it whatsoever. Downloaded it. They told me that I needed to make a new account because it didn't carry over from the last one, and I was like, "You know what? Nah."
It did
So yeah,
carry over. It's just not cross-platform.
it didn't. Well, that too. That's the main thing. The carryover was there, but it wasn't. It was, but it wasn't. It's weird.
It's
But then
there,
the
just not for
cross,
cross-platform.
yeah, it's dumb. I don't like it.
You could do it PC to PC, but you did the beta on PlayStation.
No,
So if you made
you
another
don't understand.
PlayStation 1, you could get the.
Yeah, I do find that kind of ridiculous. Like if I want to play it on my PlayStation or if I want to play it on my computer, um, I now have to have two different accounts, and that means if I buy skins on one, then I don't have them on the other one, and I
Yeah,
don't care
very
for that.
strange.
Yeah.
What else is there? Psylocke and Magic's team up is gone. I didn't even know they had one, to be completely honest, so it can't have been that good. The Scarlet Witch and Magneto one, that's gone. That one actually was pretty good. The
Okay.
the big ass sword that Magneto had sometimes, just not in
Oh
the
yeah,
game anymore.
that he basically two shots everybody.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
pretty
not a
good.
thing anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I really like that one. Because I would use Magneto. That's yeah.
And
That's
then Captain America and Storm. has been removed for Thor. Apparently, Thor's no longer in that one.
Yes, because it was yeah, that's interesting. Why? Where did they give
They're
Thor
just
another
shaking it
place
up.
to go?
No, I don't think so.
See, this is why games like this with all these special abilities and everything aren't really for me because I
Those
get
are
good at
remembered.
something and you take it away.
They have said that not including this season. This season will be as the last one was. But going forward from season 3 onwards, every season will be 2 months. And they will release a character at launch, release a character halfway through a month in, and then recycle after a month.
Okay. I mean, that's, I guess, doable for a free game.
But yeah, it's fun. I don't hate it. I'm not itching to play it every day like I know some people are. But
Yeah, no, that's not. Oh, in the beta, I'm telling you, it's nothing against the game. The game itself is wonderful. I have no problems with the
so I
game.
didn't even like the beta because there was like 10 characters and I didn't like any of them.
I liked it. I got pretty good at it.
I didn't. I was just
The
playing
problem
Punisher
was,
all the time.
we couldn't take place in any of the tournaments or
Yeah,
anything because we were all playing on different systems.
yeah.
Wacky little thing there. They gotta get some of their stuff fixed as far as their console and PC togetherness.
The
So,
cross-platform stuff needs to be. I understand them not doing cross-play in comp. It's a bit of a pain,
yeah.
but I get it. I do believe there is now cross-play normally, just not for tournaments and stuff.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I
There has to be because I've
haven't
played
played it.
with people who play on Xbox.
Yeah. Well, if you've played with Jacob, he plays on PlayStation. So
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they do more tournaments now to allow for stuff like that. I don't know. There's a Discord for it. You can check it out.
you
It's a
totally
game.
can. They have whole their whole Discord. There's a lot going on there. Every time you
There
clear a
is. I
message,
keep
there's
it
a new one.
muted. But I think that's it. Unless you have anything else to add.
Just Nintendo do better. That's.
Fair.
I mean, I feel like that's my closing statement there.
Yo,
Um,
Miyamoto. I know you're watching this shit.
yeah.
Knock it
I
off.
know. I know you're peeping the smaller channel because you got nothing else to do with all that money you've got. Maybe we calm it down a little bit, and maybe I get to keep some of my own money instead of having to give it to you. Just a little bit. That's all I'm asking. Just a little bit. Let's make game prices great again.
Oh God. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, leave 5 stars wherever you're listening. If you did enjoy, or if you didn't, what are you, a cup? I'll see you next time across the pond.
What are you, a cup?